Fuck. I can't. Which way does it go, Shorty? I can't.
We're live.
I thought you. Oh, are we? Sorry. Oh, it's so funny, this StreamYard thing, because it's backwards. So what I see there is not what I do, and I can't. I'm so sorry.
Standard,
How are you?
standard.
Yeah, I know, right? How are you, gorgeous human?
Amazing. How are you doing?
Oh, pretty good. Pretty good, actually. Yeah. So
Recovered? I can't wait to hear all about it.
Have I recovered? Emotionally or physically? Because there's two levels to it, right? But I sit here literally at the minute with the medal next to me, right? And I'm proud of it, not because I did the event, right? And that's might sound crazy to some people, but it's a half Ironman, right? It's just something for me, we just get done, right? We just turn up, get it done because it's important. You know, I wasn't doing it until 4 weeks ago. and then I'm like, we can raise money for the business of Smiles. Oh, okay, I'm in. I'll have a crack. Anything to bring in money, right? So it's because it's much needed. We need fuel for socks, and I'm pretty stoked because we've raised $8,077. $8,077. Just give me half a sec.
So just to give for the viewers a little background. So on the weekend, Scotty got asked to compete, enter, give a crack,
participate.
That's the word in the Melbourne Half Ironman, which is a 1.8 kilometer swim, 90k bike ride, and a 21k run, all in order. And with a bunch of other mates wearing the big Smilligan smile in the front of his tri-suit, and he certainly was a hoot. If you haven't checked out the socials, jump over to the Business of Smiles Facebook group and check out some of the videos and the images. Absolutely a crack.
Oh, look, it's pretty funny. Actually, even the way I finished was pretty cool. But I just before we go too much further, I want to do a big shout out to the guys who wore a Smelligan up front, right? Stephen Baker, Ryan Butner, Matty Ferguson, and Simon. We out there in there. Hey, Paul. This. I'll bring this up in a minute. This man is gorgeous. I've fallen in love with this man, but I'll talk about that in a second. Good last name too, by the way. So, so it's interesting, right? Because we did this event, and I tell you what, and I might even ask Paul to share what the vibe was like, because, you know, out and out running around in the Smilligan shirts, it really makes a difference. It puts a smile up front. And as the guys are coming through, and hopefully we'll get the guys to come in at some point and just share, you know, how it was for them wearing a smile up front, because it does create a certain energy. And so I really want to thank the guys for A, getting behind the Business of Smiles, B, wearing the Smilligan race suits. And just being a part of the Smiles, you know, like, it's just such a beautiful thing, you know, like, so I really want to honor them. They are athletes. There is a significant difference between them and me. So it's, you know, it was really good to see them actually do so well and actually really push through the limits and get it done. So that was pretty amazing, Shorty. So
well done.
Yeah.
What was your biggest? What was your biggest? Because you made some pretty big impacts there. What was some of the big impacts and the takeaways that you took from the event?
I think it all started the day before, when I turned up and I just sussing out the track. Now, I did Geelong Half 9-10 years ago, and it's always a tough course. It's not the easiest course. It's not flat. It's actually got some cracking hills, and it just makes you earn the medal, right? Which is cool. But it was the day before when I spoke to three beautiful amazing human beings, Ebony, Ellen, and Maria, and I just went up and did our thing. Thank you very much for doing your best right now. Really appreciate that, and gifted them a pair of socks each, and it really hit their hearts because doing these events, the setup and the takedown, and it's just there's so much involvement. Looking after all the volunteers, there's a couple of hundred volunteers involved in the course, so there's a lot of moving parts, and they make it happen within 3 to 4 days. Put it all together, pull it all down. So to have that and to have that connection was outstanding. But then to have them on race day wearing the socks and out there, and they actually took a few extras to give it to the team, and they were all wearing it. And that to me meant the world. But it was the fact that the message that the socks carry, like it's significant, right? And when somebody gives you something from the heart, it really sticks. And that was the biggest part for me. That was just seeing them out on course, supporting and just having a smile. Every time I saw them, it was something beautiful coming at me, and it's just, that was one of the most beautiful things. And do you know what? I'll grab this, right? I'll grab this now because Paul was actually my highlight. His support throughout the day was just phenomenal. We were crowd favorites. We got support from everybody, all the other triathlon teams, and that for me was amazing. Like big support. Hey, Smiley, and when I was running, when I came off the bike, I had a backpack full of socks. Paul's got some footage of me. Here he comes. Oh, hang on a sec. He's over there talking to somebody.
Standard.
Talking to somebody. And
where's Wally? Where's Scotty?
And I just loved it, right? Because, but I do want to give a massive shout out to Paul, because, mate, you filled my heart. Every turn that you were there, the support and the encouragement you gave me was outstanding. And like for me, you were probably one of the biggest parts of the team for me, because these events aren't easy. They're not. You get well outside your comfort zone, and to have people just have your back and really get up and give you the big oomph, it's just amazing. So from my heart to yours, Paul, you really made a difference to me on course. So thank you. And that's some of the things. But there was a moment that I do. Oh, there's lots and lots of moments. There's people that have reached out, and I'm just so grateful that they have, right? But there was when I got to the finish line. It's funny because Marcella actually put it up live right on there. And here I come down the chute, and I'm running with this lady, and she didn't think she was just cooked. She got a cramp 200 meters out from the line. So I just grabbed her calf, grabbed her foot, stretched out her calf, said, "You're getting this done with me. I'm not leaving you. We're doing this together." Anyway, I got to about 100 meters from the finish line. So listen, I've got to go. I said, "So I think it's important that you finish on your own, not with me, because I bring too much energy." I'm running through, and there's 3 kids waiting for their dad. And I'm like, "Oh, guys, how awesome are you?" And they're like, "Who's this crazy dude?" I said, "I just want to thank you so much for waiting for your dad." I said, "I know it's been a long day, and I know that it's, it takes a lot out of you. But being here for your dad at this finish line means everything to him. To see you at the finish line and the fact you've been there all day waiting for him, I just want to tell you how amazing you are." I gifted them all socks, and it was just, it's so funny. I'm running down the chute. No, I forgot. So, but it's, and that's something I want to talk about tonight, right? Because why do we do these things? Why would you just, without any real training, I was going to go through the event actually, just quickly, just give a quick breakdown. So in the water, I actually lost the guys when we were going to start, and that I got lost because actually Gooch Goo, right? It's downstairs. I should have brought it up. I had a conversation with Gooch Goo the day before, which was amazing. It just shared the story and why we do what we do. Anyway, literally before, as we're lining up to go in the water, I was telling everyone, like if I raise 10 grand, I'll definitely get the tattoos carved on my calves, right? And everyone's like, cool. Anyway, I had the outline of the tattoos, like there's the stencil put on as they were just checking out to see what they look like. Guy comes up to me and goes, mate, he goes, I've been looking for you. So he goes, I didn't know how I was going to find you, but the tattoos on the calves. I said, it really hit home, your message. It really hit home what that meant. This individual put $4,000 into our kitty, which gives us the power to connect with more hearts. Oh, I didn't start with the boys because I was in a conversation that filled my heart. I was in a conversation that meant the world to me because we had an honest conversation about where they're at and what they're doing, what's happened for them, why the message hit so hard. And at that point, I didn't care about the race. I just cared about them. And it was one of the most beautiful moments, like the start going, come on, guys, go. I'm like, oh, okay, go. And what a way to start. I didn't have words. I just listened as we do when we talk. Do you know what I mean? So, and that's just awesome. So, yeah, so that's amazing. Hopefully some more magic will come from that, but we'll talk about that on another night. But I do want to go quickly through the race because, like I have had my bicep reattached 8 months ago. So the swim for me was not fun. I was waiting for the finish line and to congratulate him only for him to stop.
Standard. Yep. Standard. Paul, I know what you mean, mate. I know what
you mean. Oh, that is so funny. Oh, beautiful. All right. So I get out in the water and like I was actually very ginger of my arm. Right. It's not great in the water at the minute. So I stayed out wide and I didn't want to get kicked in the arm. Didn't want to get, if you've ever done any open water swimming with a lot of people, it can get pretty heavy at their elbows, knees, like it just goes through, right? So I just stayed out wide and just enjoyed the swim and it was nice. But I was really tired after the swim. Just I didn't have much left in my bicep, just starting to wear down. So then off that onto the bike and I did 2 rides prior, which was pretty good. One was 40 and one was 10. And so I get out on the bike. The first lap was okay, but there's a big hill before the turnaround. And I got up that no problems first time. Second time, that's when I hit a wall. And just getting up it just did not enjoy myself. And there was a couple of people with me at that point that I'd already passed, and they're like, "Come on, big fella!" I'm like, just as well as wearing a smile on my suit. So anyway, I get over the hill, all good. Get some fuel into me, then I just cruise back in and get ready for the run. And then when I get back ready for the run, I just chucked my stuff off. I took my time, had something to eat. Like I wasn't there to win. I wasn't there to race. I didn't have a time. I was there to participate and be a part of it. And I'm so grateful that I got to do that. And then the first lap was I come off and I saw Paul and Brooke and Nick, and like I'm running with my pack full of socks. Just loved it. And seeing Julian out on course, which is my son, Oscar's old tennis court, which was tennis coach, down at the bottom end of the course. And what a shining light that was. And I think that's something for me that like Paul was said, right? It's maybe I take a bit long with bits and pieces, but to touch hearts, and get involved in these things, the supporters are everything. They just get you through life, and I think that's one of the things that I think so wonderful about what it is that we actually do, Shorty. Like we're so often we're out there giving, doing, that sometimes we forget to receive. And that's why Paul means so much to me right now, is because I completely got to receive the support and genuine, authentic, just so proud of you, mate. Like it meant the world to me, like, and I think that's something I sat back at the end of it and like I did a video and I'll talk about this headband in a sec, but I did a video and I was just congratulating everybody and talking about the support, but the environment that I was in. And I've really missed the triathlon and ultra community, right? Because it's less like there is definitely people out there that are really focused on bettering themselves, and that is epic, right? Because that's a whole next level. But there's a lot of people out there just wanting to go the distance, just
Just
wanting
do
to
it.
see whether or not they can do it, right?
Yeah.
Just see whether or not they can achieve it. And those people are just like the support and the conversations I had on course were phenomenal. Like Lady Lindsay, she dropped the 200 in, took us over the 8 grand. Like what an amazing person we were talking. That's her first one. And I just love that shorty. I love those moments of people just achieve more than they thought they could, but with the support of others. And I think that's extraordinary.
Yeah.
But it comes back to environment. I'm going to sign up again next year, and I'm actually
Bit
going
more
to go.
training.
Yeah, I'm going to put some training in. I'm going to put some training in, see how we go. But it's pretty cool. But I do want to talk about the headgear quickly, right?
Definitely go.
Right, and it's something that I love embracing, which is trademark, which big partners of TX and TX. This is a conversation starter because so much of hey, Paul's in next year. Woo-hoo, giddy up! Oh, I love that. Is that the first time you've confirmed that? Because that's giddy up, and I've got it in writing. So we but so much of what we do in society is a silo, right? With solo effort. And on the weekend, I was able to do something extraordinary because of support in the community. TX trademark give a hell of a lot of support to the blue collar community. You can get a same canceller 8 times when you call TX. Yep. And that's why I support them. We run a not-for-profit. We're touching hearts. We're communicating with people. We're helping see people. But we're only one part of a massive jigsaw. And if we can work together and continually share each other's message and grow together and just make the world a better place together, I know that it can be. I witnessed it on the weekend. I witnessed what that looks like. And I love it. Right? We're a community, so we need to address things as a community together. So that's why I continually wear the trademark stuff, TX stuff, for that reason. So yeah. So all right. Any other questions around that?
And we mentioned it last week around the whole 1 + 1 = 3, and it is a big pie. And rather than everyone trying to take their piece, it's like, well, how can we share the pie together? How do we make bigger pies? How do we mix our own ingredients all together to make it bigger, more impactful, and can feed more people? So that's the concept, and I guess that's the belief that we come from. Not everyone shares that belief, which sometimes can be frustrating. But the more we can lead by example, the more we can show that we can do it together. The whole #WeTogether movement allows us to have a bigger impact because we're touching more people's lives by joining forces. So yeah, definitely just want to emphasize that. And we'll continually to emphasize that. We'll continually to support others and support other groups and other charities because everyone's doing amazing out there. But it's how can we continually be the voice for everyone to share that bigger message. So I definitely agree on that one.
Yeah, I love that, right? Because everybody is doing their best, and that's something we talk about regularly, right? It's Thank you for doing your best right now. That's honestly what we feel. We know that you're doing your best, and things aren't always easy. But when we work together, we do some beautiful things, and that's what it's about. But it's a big shout out to anybody that is involved in any other not for profits or anything that we sing out. We'd love to get involved with you because we know that when we walk together, we're stronger. Like that's something for us that is really important. You want us to come and have a yarn with people? We're more than happy to come and have a yarn, bring some socks and touch some hearts, because that's a small piece of the puzzle, and we will find a way that 1 + 1 will equal 3. So
Yep, definitely.
yeah, awesome. So I have an update around this tattoo. We didn't make the target of 10 grand. We've got 2 days to make the target of 10 grand. I said till Friday. And sole traders and businesses work from the heart. Absolutely. Lisa Westgate. I love that. So it's 4/5 of the target. Does that mean I should get 4/5 of the tattoo? I'm prepared to do that. Right? I am, and I'll tell you why. Right? Because I set a target, right? And I want to meet it. 4/5 of the tattoo would leave me with Smilligan without the smile. Right? And that's up to everybody else to make that smile happen.
Can I share a story?
Yeah, please.
So we've got some carpet that needs to be replaced, right, at our place. And so we get the guy to come in and give us a quote. Anyway, lovely guy, local guy, he's been around for ages. And I said, "Oh, mate, introduce yourselves." I said, "And look," and I saw that.
That's awesome.
The smiley face tattoo. I went, "No," right? I went, "No, how good's that?" He goes, yeah. So I said, "Oh, mate," and and then I got a pair of socks out and I shared the story. He goes, "Oh, that's so good." He goes, "It used to make me smile a lot more, but I got it done with my ex-wife." And now when I look at it, it reminds me of her. I went, right.
So
Okay.
I have a solution for him. All he needs to do is color it in yellow. And it's no longer about her.
There you go. I'll definitely bring that up when he comes around next.
Definitely. Because then that way, yeah, it's about him. It's his.
There you go.
So what do you reckon?
So what do you reckon?
Shorty? So we're going to have to leave it up to the people out there. Leave one eye out. I'm going to leave
Which
it up
one,
to
left
people.
or right?
Left eye Lopez for sure. So, but I do feel
We've got till Friday. We've got till
that's
Friday.
a Friday, right? Got a Friday to earn the smile. So we'll just see how we go. But it's on the other side of that. I don't. Maybe I'm nuts. Maybe I'm not. But my heart, my body, everything is in on this. And whether the tattoos get finished or not, it's I'll put up whatever it gets because I know how important this is. You know what I mean? Like let's be perfectly honest. This is a tough week for me this week, and not because I can't walk. I've got some big things going on at home. I've got some stuff that needs some serious attention. Marcella goes in for pretty serious surgery tomorrow. Oscar's having some troubles with his body. We've got all these things coming up. And I know the importance of a smile to them. Yeah. So I don't mind carrying it with me. I don't mind carrying what I love is, and it's in my heart and my body like that with the calves, you know. So we'll look at that. Anyway, I'm off on a tangent.
Plus, you got some sexy pins about you.
Do you know what I did realise on the weekend?
What?
That I am not as fit as others. I learnt that very much.
There you go.
And I didn't give one iota. Like, to be honest.
But can I just grab that for a sec? Because I strongly believe that's the power of the Ironman events. And you mentioned that before, right? You can be an elite athlete and up there with the pack, or you can be the last person in the pack in the whole race. No matter where you are, there is a level of respect from athletes. There's a level of respect from self. There's a level of respect from the crowd, because you're having a go. Because it's not necessarily about the race. It's the journey to get you there to that race, and the journey that you will go along through that race. You go through the ups and downs. You go through, what the hell am I doing out there? To like, I've got this, let's go. To like, oh my gosh, is that pain ever going to go away? To like, what, you're hitting the wall. All these different emotions that you go through when you're out on an endurance race like that. But you learn, you grow, you know what you can actually accomplish and push through. It's about working with the mind chatter. It's about getting the energy from the crowd. It's about looking at those, my gosh, is that a $10,000 bike that just passed me again? All those different things that come up. It's about getting the pat on your back from your mates, getting a pat on the back from a stranger, getting the thumbs up from all the volunteers and all the claps and all the cheers. It is such an epic event on so many different levels, such a big scale, that, you know, even to get out there and do a 5K run, it's anything like that. And this is why we do these types of events. You know, the run in Lismore, the 12 days of Christmas, the Ironman, half Ironman here. This is why our community walks. This is why we attach an exercise element to what we do, because the community spirit that it brings, the health benefits that it brings, the emotional benefits that it brings, the mental benefits that it brings. It's on so many different levels. When you have an exercise component to a cause, it just, it's beautiful.
It really does, and like, make no mistake, it hurt on the weekend. Right? But because it did, I knew it was going to hurt. Right? I knew I wasn't fit. It's always going to hurt. So but what made it so much better is that connection with people. It is that, you know, like, that's something for me that's so underrated. The connection, you know, thanking volunteers when you're in a dark place, just saying thank you to people, you know, it really does help. And I think that's something that we actually encompass well, what we do with what we do, you know, like and being a part of an event like Ironman is such a life lesson that you can get through it, and it is made easier with the support of others. That for me is something that I really, really, really want to embrace.
Definitely.
So now I think we had other things to talk about, but as per usual, we lots of other things come up. But
That's us.
Yeah, it is, and I think that's something that's really important, right? Just talk about whatever comes up, because that's what's important, right? It's important in the moment. Let's get it out on the table. I do want to say a massive thank you to Paul. I really, mate, you made a difference to me. So thank you. I want to say thank you to all the volunteers at Ironman and all the staff that make that happen. I want to say thank you to Trademark for sending me gear so that I can talk about them, you know. So thank you to the guys that wore the Smilligan up front, you know. We need to do a bit of a conversation about why he's called Smilligan, you know, and perhaps next week we'll actually do that, because there's a pretty important reason for that. But most importantly, I want to say thank you to every single person that put $1 behind us, because without them, we can't touch hearts. You know, we'll do the bit where, you know, that's uncomfortable about going and speaking to people you've never met before and embracing those conversations. But without you, we can't do that, you know. And I think that's something that's really, really important. So from my heart to yours, I honor you for being a part, just by giving us the fuel to continue the mission, you know. And there's, you know, we've got some socks again now, Shorty. So we got some communities to touch hearts with. So I really want to reach out. So can I just quickly, I know we're going over time. If anybody's got a community that they know of that could do with a smile, reach out. Let us know. Let us know who we need to go and see. So, because we're all worth it. Anything else on that, Shorty?
That's beautiful. Well said. And unfortunately, you have the button this evening.
I'm back in control. How good's that? I love it. So this could go anywhere. So we can sit here. Oh, God, I love it.
From our hearts to yours, thank you very much for everyone's support. Really appreciate it. It allows us to give the fuel and the energy to keep on touching hearts and connecting with people. So thank you all for tuning in this evening. Chat to you soon.
Now, where is